The US government is moving to ban TikTok from the United States if they don't sell the company over concerns about privacy, that they may be peeping or leaking or stealing user information, and as a response, American TikTok users have decided to do the only reasonable thing they can think of, which is to migrate en masse to using Xiaohongshu, the Chinese version of TikTok, in order to save the US government the trouble and just giving China their data willingly. The conversation around TikTok being a security risk is one that has been going on for a while, most popularized about a year ago, where a number of US senators met with the CEO of TikTok in an effort to try to uncover a little bit more information about how they work and whether or not they are a privacy invasion app, as they so tried to paint it. But as the footage was released, most people noticed that most of these senators were just aiming to paint TikTok as Chinese and Chinese as bad.
Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
It was clear that this interaction between the CEO and the senators was not so much so that the senators could better understand the app, but rather to reveal the fact that they already had preconceived notions that TikTok was in fact nothing more than Chinese spyware, which led to some hilarious results. We saw senators asking questions like, does your app connect to the internet, and wouldn't that be spyware? Leading pretty much everybody to understand that this wasn't so much about a privacy or a security breach, but rather the US government being a little bit concerned with people being able to use an app that wasn't controlled by them.
This is not an attempt to ban TikTok. It's an attempt to make TikTok better. Tic-tac-toe. A winner. A winner.
As 2025 starts to roll around, the ultimate date where TikTok's ultimate fate would be determined, the conversation starts to stir back up, with some people, as far as Bloomberg is concerned, reporting that TikTok may in fact be in talks to try to be sold to Elon Musk, who had previously purchased Twitter before renaming it to X, which would be a terrible fate for everybody involved. Most poetically put, Elon runs Twitter the way that Wheatley ran the Aperture Laboratories in Portal 2. Not very well, arguably with his ego in mind before any other decision, and would realistically be improved if it was instead ran by a potato. Thankfully, numerous other publications came out within an hour to state that TikTok had spoken and said they were not in talks of being sold to Elon Musk, but they also can't speak on every stupid little rumor that's gonna come up, which is fair, which has led us to this current date, where users of TikTok have decided, you know what, if it's such a big deal that you're gonna get rid of my favorite app because you're worried they're gonna steal my personal information, I'm just gonna give it to China. And for good reason. I mean, the outcome of where TikTok is going to end up is looking a little bit bleak at the moment, with ByteDance and TikTok both claiming that they don't intend to sell the company and are basically trying to pull the bluff of the US government, thinking that they won't actually ban the app, but if they did, they would need to sell it to something US owned. Obviously, Elon Musk makes sense if you don't think about it at all, but he hasn't said anything on the matter, unlike rapper Meek Mill and YouTuber Mr. Beast, both of whom have tweeted to varying degrees of seriousness that they would be interested in purchasing TikTok. The reality, however, is TikTok is not necessarily irreplaceable. I mean, it's vertically scrolling video. Ever since it garnered popularity, you've seen everything from YouTube Shorts to Instagram Reels. I mean, if you really wanted to be able to post silly little videos that you could scroll through with just one finger, there's a dozen apps out there, and Xiaohongshu, the Chinese equivalent of actually like Instagram or Pinterest, but like it scrolls and works the same as TikTok, isn't that bad.
But China's stealing your data. I don't care. I would drop ship my DNA to the front door of the Chinese Communist Party before I watch an Instagram reel.
Numerous people who have signed up for the app decided to hop in, and with a completely fresh For You page with no algorithm to judge them based on anything, decided to explore what exactly are they doing over there in mainland China. Turns out, Chinese people aren't that different to the rest of us American people. They've been shitposting about Luigi Mangione which doesn't even make sense because they're on the other side of the world. Someone asked, why is it that so many Chinese netizens are shitposting about Luigi Mangione? To which one user uses ChatGPT and translate functions to reply, the person who carries firewood for the masses should not be left to freeze in the wind and snow. Hope you can understand. What the fuck? Yo, the next time I'm ordering General Tso's chicken, I'm doing it with a salute, bro. What the hell? Chinese users on Xiaohongshu have noticed the influx of American-speaking TikTokers seeking refugee on their vertically scrolling video platform and have decided to all start making the same joke about them all being Chinese spies and posting images of people with a gun going, please give me your data. I am here to steal your data. Oh man, it's good. Many English-speaking TikTokers have done their best to learn a teeny bit of Mandarin in order to be able to contribute to the culture and assimilate into the shitposting that occurs on Xiaohongshu, only to discover that some of the memes on this Chinese TikTok app are just as freaky and difficult to understand whether you speak the language or not.
我所有在中国的朋友们，你们好，我是抖音难民。
Funnier still, like a step up from the individual who was asking for help with his homework in the comments of a Pornhub video, some Chinese citizens have taken to asking for help on their English homework in the comments of this Chinese TikTok app, and Americans are helping them with their English homework.
Okay, fine. To all the Chinese people on Xiaohongshu, I'll cut you a deal. If you teach us all Mandarin, I'll do your English homework. I swear to God. I swear to God. I think that's a fair deal. I think that's a fair exchange. What do you guys think? Let me know.
While there is obviously a cultural divide for the time being in where people aren't fully able to grasp the extent of the memes being shared by people who don't speak the same language. For instance, I still can't make heads or tails of what exactly is going on here. I also haven't picked what image I'm gonna stick here, but I'm sure it'll make as little sense now as it did when I first saw it. But some things are the same. For instance, horniness on the internet doesn't need a language. How can you say mommy in Chinese, like in a horny way? It can't just be, and then it's in Mandarin, so I don't know what it says, but I'm sure it's good enough. Some of the reactions to people posting videos with big cleavage are just, I mean, this is TikTok. This is early days TikTok. I can't believe we're getting a second round of this. Another aspect that seems to break the cultural differences in the memes is that Chinese users on Xiaohongshu enjoy seeing cats and dogs, much the same as anywhere on the internet. Universally, the one thing everybody loves is cute pets, and that is not any different over in China. Hilariously, and perhaps to the surprise of nobody, but I gotta admit, it feels at least a little bit surprising, the US government's desire to try to remove China's influence on our youth by banning TikTok has somehow, in a circular way, brought the American youth that was using TikTok to be even more in tune with the Chinese population that was so demonized by their own government, and now they're kind of friends. I don't know what exactly is going to happen to TikTok at this point in time, but it seems as though, at least in a small point, this entire movement to move over to using a completely Chinese-controlled app in order to stick it to the man might actually speak volumes about what this bill to try to ban TikTok would actually end up accomplishing, which might just be nothing. As with most things, this is really just a move for the people in power to make it seem like they have a control over things that they might not necessarily, but all the same, it's not like banning any individual app is going to remove people's ability to want to shitpost and share their ideas with other people around the world. That's just what being a dude is. It's human psyche. It's what everybody was born to do. Shitpost, share memes, and cute pictures of their pets, and you can't ban that from the internet. Thank you so much for making it to the end of yet another video. A big thank you to the patrons scrolling in the back. If you enjoyed, please remember to subscribe so you catch me in your inbox a few times a week, and I will catch you guys over on Xiaohongshu. Peace.